thank you. My name is Jonathan. I am a mathematician, which is, I think is why Toby said they put me on when you're all pissed. I'm actually a mathematical biologist, and I'm going to talk to you about a big experiment I did a few years ago. Oh, that's better. Way. Okay, so a big experiment I did a few years ago. Now, when academics say I did an experiment, they mean we did an experiment. You know, science is a kingdom of pleasure. When they say we did an experiment, they mean my research students did an experiment. But actually, I'm not an academic, and I used, from my experience, you. Well, to be precise, I used the people of Manchester. So 5 years ago, we did a big citizen science experiment, and it was called Turing Sunflowers. Does anyone remember it? Yeah, okay, we've written that in the impact. Okay, so Alan Turing, everybody loves Alan Turing, right? Because he did all those amazing things. So what did he do? Invented the computer. Anything else? He killed himself by eating apple eaten cyanide.
Enigma code.
Enigma code? Yeah, he won the war, basically. You know. Anything else?
Marathon.
Yeah, he's nearly in the British Olympic team. Not a lot of people know that. I mean, to me, he's a bit of a hero because he got to kiss Keira Knightley. My partner's in tonight. Yeah, so he's a real hero, particularly here in Manchester, because this is where he lived and died. Now, Manchester marked that hero status the only way it knows. We named a dual carriageway after him. Right, on the way to the velodrome, that's the Alan Turing way. Yeah, but he is a hero, and he's particularly a hero to mathematicians. You know, even though he was like prosecuted for being homosexual, one of the reasons he's a hero to mathematicians is because he's in fact the only mathematician who's ever been proved to have had sex with someone. Like in court. Golden. Okay, that went down well. So I'll tell you, of course, the other reason that he's quite a hero to nutritionists, because he's the only mathematician proved to have had one with 5 a day. But I've got quite aware. Too soon? Okay, I don't know. Right, so he was a mathematician, and mathematician, which I am half of, mathematicians care about proving things. Nobody knows why. They care about proving things. They like proving that things exist. Other people use eye contact, but mathematicians like have proof. And they like... You put your head down. We've got another mathematician here. Exactly. And they like to prove that things are unique. They're very big on proving that things are unique. In fact, they're the only group of people that like doing that. Okay, we've got some mathematicians over here, actually. A bit of flow burner. Okay, so I'm a mathematician and a biologist. There's a reason why you haven't met any mathematical biologists before. I should check. Are there any other mathematical biologists in the room? No? There we go, another uniqueness proof, right? So the reason you don't meet mathematical biologists is because it's a really, really dumb thing to do, right? So mathematical physics makes sense, right? You know, ice, air, water, wherever you are in the universe, right, the same theory is going to explain to you how you get snowflakes produced, right? Mathematical physics makes sense. And it is a fact, by the way, that no two snowflake theories are different. I should tell you a thing about Bright Club, actually. We had a little rehearsal the other day, and I tried that joke out, and we discussed it for 5 minutes. Not whether it was funny, but whether it was ontologically true. So I like particularly thank Bright Club for that, the contribution. It was great. So, as I said, mathematical biology is a really dumb thing to do, unless your name is Alan Turing. You do things the Alan Turing way, right? So if you want to work out, thank you. That's called a callback. I learned that from Right Club too, right? So if you're interested in flowers, mathematics seems like a stupid idea, right? Because mathematics, flowers are made of thousands of genes, the patterns in the sunflower head, interacting in billions of ways, and you think that it's hard for mathematics to explain patterns, unless it's true. And that's why Alan Turing came to Manchester, right, to try and do that. He came after the war, and he kind of won it. He certainly was our top cryptographer. He published some brilliant papers. He could have gone pretty much anywhere in the world, and he chose Manchester. Now, Manchester, at the time, post-war, was frankly a bit of a shit place. Right? You couldn't even get to the velodrome. Back then, if you walked the Alan Turing way, they arrested you and injected estrogen onto your skin. Right? I mean, it wasn't recommended. So he came to Manchester because there was a computer here, and he could use that computer to solve a problem in mathematical biology. And I'm going to explain that problem to you, which means I need to explain some maths. Right, so calculators away. I know there is going to be a test, and the test is right now. Sir, what is the simplest object in the whole mathematical universe? Correct! 0. Nothing. 0 is the simplest mathematical object it is. Slightly easier question. What's the next simplest object? 1. Okay, 2 numbers. What's the simplest thing you can do with them? Add them. So 0 plus 1 is? 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. We've got 2 1s in the front row of the pub, with quite near Salford University. So we've got 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 5 is... Oh! Okay, I was trying to be inclusive. And, 2 plus 5 is 8. The acoustics are quite poor in here. 5 plus 8 is 13. I know these numbers. 8 plus 13 is 21. 34. 55. And 89. Alright, so I need you to remember your numbers. We're going a little bit Darren Brown here, right? I need you to remember your numbers, 55, 89. And of course that sequence goes on, or we go all the way to the back of the room, adding the 2 numbers together, and those sequences are called the Fibonacci numbers. If we did get back to the room, there's like 50 people in here. Anyone know what the 50th Fibonacci number is? Oh, come on, Salford. Does anyone know what the 50th Fibonacci number is? Anyone? Shout it out. Roughly. A lot? Is it a lot?
Yes.
Big. Anyone guess? 3 billion. Anyone who I might have asked to look it up on their phone before the start of the show because they're my son and they're studying mathematics, be a bit more precise. I just mentioned that because it's an amazing thing that Fibonacci numbers get big, but the small ones are amazing, right? And they're quite rare. And to explain the next bit and why that's amazing, I need a picture. Now, the other thing Bright Club said was, don't use pictures unless you've got a knob joke, right? And I don't have a knob joke. At least not one nearly as good. And so instead of that, I'm going to have to undress. Here is my visual aid, and this is the head of a sunflower, in fact, one of the ones we grew in the big experiment. And you can see that the seeds of the sunflower are arranged in spirals. Right, this is the only seminar I've ever given that involves stroking my nipple. I'm doing it again. Right, so these spirals... Alan Turing went. Right, so let's count the spirals, because we're mathematicians, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From that blue line to that one. 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, madam. 55. We remember we were 55? We need to remember a number. Because that's how the callback works. 55, one job. Right, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 7, 12, 34, it's amazing, right? In fact, so amazing, we're going to just pause for a minute, right? So, in the natural world, all those genes competing, all these seeds bursting through for life... sorry, that's the nipple speaking. Right, right, and still, in the middle of it, you get this amazing mathematical simplicity, right? And that deserves a bit of meditation, right? Time not taken out my set, preferably, but just think about it. It's extraordinary. That's what Alan Turing was trying to explain when he was using the computer here in Manchester. Right? So his theory, roughly speaking, was, well, this pattern in the mature sunflower developed over time. So if you imagine going back from the lady who forgot the number, down to the ones who... It was a simpler job, obviously, remembering your numbers. Right, so if you imagine in the development of the sunflower, it starts with a very simple pattern, and it gets more complicated as the sunflower grows. A little bit blue-petery there. Okay. Right, so it gets more complicated. And what Turing thought was, maybe there's a constraint, a sort of geometric constraint, which means each time the sunflower gets more complicated, it has to make this Fibonacci switch each time, the sort of geometric pattern. And he turned out to be right in the sense that he didn't publish his work because he died before he finished it, and also he was terrible at explaining his work. That is a bright club that is remembered with horror. Well, there have been quite a lot of jokes about mathematicians and communication tonight, haven't there? Because it's a great stereotype, really. I mean, so I'll do one. How do you tell an extrovert mathematician? They look at other people's shoes when they're talking to you. That's something you're upset about. Okay, right. So he comes to Manchester, and he tries to prove it on the computer. It doesn't work. And other mathematicians come back and kind of recreate this theory. But it is a theory. It's a mathematical theory. And one of the things I learned about mathematicians from being one is that also the fact that it's a really bad courtship strategy to talk about Fibonacci numbers. Actually, Alan Turing tried that. He did it, right? So when he was on the grass in front of Bletchley Park on his day off, he's lying with Keira Knightley, I mean, the woman she played in the film, a woman who did indeed go onto our chocolate trough. And what did they talk about? They talked about Fibonacci numbers in daisies, right? It actually is a technique, it's not entirely bad, is it, Emma? Yeah, okay, right, so not bad on the Turing one. But data is really alien to mathematicians because it mucks up our patterns. Whereas the biologist bit of me, well, I smell a rat when something's too simple, right? It's in the complexities and nuggets and grains of patterns that you really find explanatory power. So that's why we collected lots of pictures of sunflowers. One of the explanations wasn't that there were any rats involved, unfortunately. And we did this big experiment. Now, the theme was meant to be disaster, and we did have a disaster, and it happened right in the planning stage. And the disaster was we decided to run the experiment in Manchester. We tried to grow sunflowers in Manchester, and the slugs ate 2/3 of them, right? Because it's such a wet sun. But we did get a few hundred, and I actually eventually published a paper with all that data, and you can read the paper. Now, mathematicians are different. Yeah, we know, it's all right, the nipples aren't coming out, I promise. So mathematicians are like scientists, right? They put their references at the back, unlike humanities people put their references on. Have footnotes, so I don't need to look at my feet, because I'm an extra mathematician. They have their references on the back, so here is the digital object if you want to read the paper. And rather gloriously, I'm going to Utah in a month or two to present these results. I was trying to think of a joke about the world home of missionaries. But I just couldn't find a position on it. So right, but we did, nevertheless, you folk, we grew a fantastic data set for a city with a hero, and I think that's a pretty good Alan Turing way. Thank you.